Today I want to share with you some principles and concepts I've learned. So who am I? I'm just an average guy and running businesses, starting businesses. I'm a serial entrepreneur, but between my partner and I, we've built some very large companies. We have small companies, but every company has its time where it struggles. And when I mean struggles, I'm not just talking about cash flow and trying to get your product out, but there's a point in time where you're wondering if you made the right decision. You're struggling. It may even affect your marriage. It affects other relationships. You feel alone. How am I going to come through this? And I want you to know that's okay. We all go through that. Every business goes through that. It's a part of what I call the grind that you have to go through. But you are more near a breakthrough than you think because you're thinking the way you're thinking. You're wondering if you've made the wrong decision. So I want to share with you just 3 or 4 quick tips of how you can turn your business around in 30 days based on my experience. So I say the first thing that has to happen to turn that business around in a short period of time is a mindset. It's a decision you make in the midst of that crunch where you could quit. And you say, no, I'm not quitting. I am going to see this thing through. I know this dream was put in my heart for a reason, and I'm going to see it through. That's the first step. Where you go through that grind, you're struggling, but you just look in the mirror and say, I'm going to get through this with God's help. That's step one. And second, you got to begin looking at the practical part of the business. And I call that cash flow. Cash flow is king, but you've got to understand you could have a profitable business, right? And say you've got a 25% or 30% margin on your product or service. But if you can't get paid, right, it doesn't matter. It's all about cash flow streams, but there's more to cash flow than cash flow. You've got to take a look at your cost structure. Okay? Am I efficient as I can possibly be in what I'm building, in the products I'm producing, or the services I'm producing? Okay? And then you got to look at the opposite end. Is my product worthy of what I'm asking for? Is it a good product? Do my customers need this product? Are they willing to pay for this product? Am I charging enough? Am I charging too much? That is two analytics, both sides of that cash flow model that you have to take a look at. And once you take a look at it, okay, then you develop a plan of how to attack both. I will tell you this, you can't cut your way into success. You cannot cut your expenses down to get to the profitability and cash flow you need. It's going to be a combination of the two, right? So you take a look at efficiencies, you write the areas down you need to make improvements, and then you take a look at revenue side, my product, the cost of my product, the revenue stream, what I'm asking for that product. Is it a good product? And it can come down as simple as just doing a survey with the customers that you have. Hey, what do you like about this? I can't tell you the times. Every year I would send out a survey to my customer base, still do this to this day. Hey, I don't need to know the good stuff we're doing. I need to know the hard stuff, the bad stuff we're doing. Where are we letting you down as a customer? Because the letdown list becomes your improvement list for the future. Does that make sense? So between those two, the revenue side and the efficiency side, I call it the cost-cutting side, you've got to put a plan together. So that step one is a mindset. We're going to see this thing through. Step two, I got to take a hard look at cash flow, both ends of that spectrum. Step three, I've got to write that plan down between those two and then commit to executing the plan. Okay? This is where leaders really step up. You've got to make decisions. And some of those decisions are going to be difficult. Some will not be difficult, but a lot will be difficult, especially if your business is struggling and you know something's got to give, okay? Something's got to change. You're the change agent, and you may have to let people go. You may have to change systems, okay? So that's the next step. Once you've got that plan, you've got to make decisions, right, and execute your plan. And what happens when you make those decisions, the people you do have, they're going to respect you. Okay, they're gonna be motivated because they understand they've got a leader in charge here. And then the last thing, and this is going to sound so simple, but I found it to be true. You got to get excited again. When you struggle like that, it's hard to be excited. When you leave home or come home at night trying to make payroll, that's a lot of stress, and it's easy to get that frown on your face and worry on your face. man, as a Christian especially, you can turn this thing over to the Lord and say, God, I want to do my part. I'm trusting you to do your part, but I'm believing. I'm believing with all my heart. I'm going to be excited. Enthusiasm is the key. And if you can't get excited about your product, how in the world do you think your customers or your employees can get excited? So get excited, right? Mindset, cash flow, both ends of the spectrum. Put a plan together, execute the plan, get excited. That's how you change your business in 30 days. Hey guys, thanks for checking this out, and I want to share something with you. You are an incredible individual. If you're tuning into this, you're probably a business owner, and you're going through the fight that we all go through in that business, following your dream and your vision. Do you know how special that is? You and the mindset that you have is what led this great country in America to what it is today. It's the dreams, it's the heart, it's the passion, it's the not quit. That's what you have inside of you, and I want to encourage you. Don't quit. Keep dreaming, keep fighting, and I'm here hopefully to help you from my experience so you can reach the wildest dreams that you have in your heart and reach that great success level that you're looking for.
What if I told you the world doesn't need more noise? It needs more truth. What if I told you freedom isn't guaranteed? It's guarded by men who still believe in something higher than themselves. I'm Steve Maxwell, entrepreneur, husband, father, and co-founder of Citizens Defending Freedom. I travel the country calling men to rise, lead with faith, and stand firm for what's right. This isn't about politics, it's about purpose.
Can't fight the temptation when you get the vibration. Won't do